Anastasia Steele had been Christian Grey's kept woman for 3 full years, living a life of effortless luxury where everything was served on a silver platter. Meals appeared at a snap of her fingers. Designer clothes filled endless walk-in closets in his sprawling New York penthouse, and her days were filled with the kind of pampering most women could only dream of. But now, whispers were spreading that the billionaire CEO was about to get engaged to someone else, signaling the end of her gilded cage existence. In elite circles, people looked down on her as nothing more than a gold digger. But those who mocked her openly were finally starting to hold their tongues. At a lavish gala held in a glittering Manhattan ballroom adorned with crystal chandeliers and Van Cleef and Arpels jewels sparkling on every wrist, Anastasia stood melancholically in a quiet corner, enduring the sneers and taunts from jealous socialites. They mocked her, saying a common pheasant could never become a phoenix, urging her to face reality. Her face grew paler with each cutting word, but she still fired back with her sharp tongue. She had, after all, lived as that phoenix for 3 years. Far better than some who had never even tasted such heights for a single day. The man who had just insulted her grew furious. "You're nothing but a substitute for your sister. What are you so proud of?" Hearing those words, substitute, Anastasia's body trembled, as if she might collapse at any moment. She struggled to speak, her voice laced with sarcasm. Even if someone wanted to take her place as that substitute, they couldn't. In a fit of rage, he grabbed a glass of red wine from a passing waiter's tray and splashed it toward her face. Just then, a tall, imposing figure stepped in front of her, shielding her completely. The crimson liquid trickled down his bespoke Armani suit, staining the expensive fabric. Anastasia gasped in surprise. "Mr. Knight, are you okay?" Xavier Knight turned to her, his dark eyes deep and unreadable, his Adam's apple bobbing slightly as he murmured, "As long as you're fine, that's all that matters." Touched, she lowered her head, using the moment to scan the room discreetly. That's when she spotted several familiar faces stirring with interest. Young heirs from the city's wealthiest families, all of whom had once been ambiguously entangled with her sister, Stella Alonso. They were fish from the same elite pond, and Stella had been their collective white moonlight, the unattainable beauty they all chased. As for Anastasia, who bore an uncanny 8/10 resemblance to her sister, she had become their backup substitute option. This was the empire her sister had built for her. The safety net that gave Anastasia confidence even after leaving Christian Grey. "She's mine now. No one else gets to touch what belongs to me." At age 12, their parents had died in a tragic car accident, leaving Anastasia and Stella orphans. Their uncle's family, under the guise of caring for them, had swooped in like vultures, occupying their home and forcing the sisters into a cramped, crowded attic while their spoiled son took the girls' spacious rooms. That first night in the attic, Anastasia had been terrified, sobbing as she asked Stella what they would do now. Though only a year older, Stella remained unnaturally calm. She turned and pulled Anastasia into her arms, patting her back gently just like their mother used to, whispering, "Little one, don't be afraid. You still have me. I won't let them take what's ours. Trust me." Anastasia nodded softly, lulled to sleep by Stella's hummed lullaby. In the months that followed, they often went hungry and cold, forced to serve as unpaid help in their own home. At least their relatives maintained some facade of decency and didn't force them to drop out of school, allowing them to complete compulsory education. After middle school graduation, their aunt revealed her true intentions: girls didn't need so much education. What was the point when they could marry rich and live comfortably? Anastasia sneered inwardly, realizing the parade of strangers lately eyeing them uncomfortably had been potential buyers for arranged marriages with hefty bride prices. She glanced at Stella, who was chopping vegetables silently but gave her a reassuring look. Days later, several burly, intimidating men burst into the house, terrifying their uncle and aunt who were negotiating a bride price with a stranger. The couple tried to fight back, but were quickly subdued. Anastasia, stunned, ran to find Stella, only to see her hiding like a frightened deer behind a young man whose refined aura stood out starkly against their small-town backdrop. Under the moonlight, he gently comforted Stella, his features soft and tender, a scene like a beautifully composed painting. Anastasia understood then. Soon after, their uncle and aunt were detained by police for accepting bride money and attempting forced marriage, compounded by evidence of abuse from the bruises on the sisters' bodies. Their relatives screamed about false accusations, but in truth, Stella had orchestrated it all the day before, bruising herself and Anastasia deliberately to create undeniable proof. From that day, Stella had protected their parents' legacy, the home that was rightfully theirs. Anastasia assumed the young man who helped them would naturally become her brother-in-law, but Stella simply smiled faintly and said he had gone abroad. She refused to elaborate, and Anastasia stopped asking, though she sensed he had hurt Stella deeply, perhaps explaining why her sister later became such a player in romance. Emerging from hardship unscathed, the sisters thrived in university. Stella began teasing wealthy, handsome men, enjoying the flirtation phase but never committing. Avoidant attachment at best, heartless flirt at worst. Yet those billionaire heirs were utterly captivated by her effortless allure, her innate white moonlight charisma. Fearing retaliation when they snapped out of it, Anastasia loyally cleaned up her sister's messes, soothing broken hearts with excuses my sister suffered childhood trauma. She struggles to trust love. You're special to her, but will your family approve? Trust me, I've never seen her cry so hard over anyone. Over time, those men's gazes toward Anastasia shifted, as if seeing Stella through her. She realized she possessed the perfect substitute physique. After one too many humiliating experiences, like being toyed with by a titee, she exploded and lost her job. Staring at her phone's pathetic notifications, she fell silent for a long while before decisively approaching Stella with a wild idea: why not go abroad as the white moonlight, and let Anastasia act as her substitute here? That way, the men wouldn't dare harass Stella, and they'd pay handsomely for silence. They'd split the earnings 70-30. Stella's eyes lit up. Brilliant plan. They agreed instantly. When Anastasia asked for her type, she said rich and hot would do. Stella went big, targeting the crown prince of the elite circle, Christian Grey. Under Stella's guidance, he fell in just 1 month, an astonishing speed. At the airport, Stella instructed, just appear in front of him, and it'll happen. Anastasia was floored by her sister's prowess. After Stella left for abroad, rumors spread of Christian drowning his sorrows nightly in exclusive bars. Anastasia chose an auspicious day, dressed in Stella's old clothes, and accidentally encountered him. Amid the crowded, noisy lounge, she spotted him immediately. The most striking presence, glass in hand, black hair tousled over his forehead, half his chiseled face shadowed in dim light. His godlike features and sculpted body hit her like lightning. Perhaps her stare was too intense. He lifted his gaze to meet hers. Fate intervened when two sleazy men approached her with ill intent. Panicking, she hid behind Christian, looking up at him with wide, innocent eyes, silently pleading for help. He smirked, amused. Want me to avenge you? Blushing helplessly, she lowered her head. Christian chuckled meaningfully, casually waving a hand. Security swiftly removed the men. Becoming Christian Grey's woman felt almost too easy. Anastasia even suspected Stella was playing her. But she had his body and his money. What more could she complain about? Surprisingly, she was his first woman. He paraded her at high society events, introducing her boldly. The better he treated her, the private jets whisking them to Italian villas, the Cartier necklaces draped around her neck in his red room of pleasures, the deeper she fell. So when the truth hit that she was merely a substitute, her world shattered. One night, biting his shoulder amid passionate intensity on the grand piano in his penthouse overlooking Central Park, tears streaming as she found the perfect vulnerable angle, she whispered brokenly if she was just her sister's stand-in. His movements paused. He lifted her waist, placing her atop the instrument with a dull thud. His obsidian eyes darkened further as he stared, half smiling cruelly. What do you think? Disbelief crashed over her. As she stared in shock, he grew impatient. How much do you want? Don't delay the main event. He pinned her flailing hands, descending with a mint-scented kiss that devoured her tears whole. They tangled hatefully all night until exhaustion claimed her. Awakening to a bank alert, 20 million transferred, she rushed barefoot to the bathroom where he showered. With 3 parts grievance, 3 parts loss, and 4 parts resignation, she admitted even as a substitute, she had hopelessly fallen in love. Christian Grey had won. She couldn't let go. His voice carried laughter through the steam. You mean you can't let go of the money? Blushing at the sight of his powerful, water-beaded arms and elegant fingers. Reminders of the previous night's fervor, she was yanked inside. Memories flooded like a montage as she shook off the melancholy. In their line of work, falling for the patron was taboo. Parting was inevitable. Sadness lingered, but not deeply. You're mine, baby girl. Every inch of you, mine to ruin. At a changing room event, a man in a fresh suit, another admirer, blocked her path, voice low and suppressed. Christian was nearly engaged. Did she plan to stay? Her face whitened. She refused to believe until he said it himself. Don't fool yourself, Stella was worried. He's entangled with another man now. Choking back tears, she admitted she couldn't let go. He gazed intently, perhaps look elsewhere. As she teared up, a familiar voice cut in from around the corner. Who do you want her to see? Christian, in sharp black suit, exuded commanding presence, glaring coldly at the man. Tension thickened the air. The rival smirked. At least explain the engagement. Can't have your cake and eat it too. Christian's laugh was icy. But his affairs weren't for outsiders to meddle. The man turned to Anastasia. Christian did too, brow arched, clearly furious. One her current patron, the other prospective, she offended neither. Feigning heartbroken devastation with Oscar-worthy skill, she fled at sprint speed. Soon after returning home, Stella video-called. Anxious, the guy abroad was clinging hard. Handsome and rich from the photo. But Christian sighed. He's almost engaged, dumped the jerk. She knew the logic, but generous patrons were rare. Milk one more payout? Stella sent a photo, broad shoulders, narrow waist, looks rivaling Christian's. Anastasia swallowed hard. Fine, booking tickets now. Her phone was snatched mid-turn. Christian had anticipated, holding her with one arm while scrolling chats with the other. His cold laugh exploded like a death knell. Calling the wealthy Christian a bull with poor performance. Tired of him, hoping for a breakup check since he's engaging anyway. The new guy looked far superior. Despairing, she closed eyes as he raged, breath uneven. This bull isn't me, right? Panicking, she cooed, of course not, baby. Don't you know you're my favorite? Phone reclaimed, he hoisted her over shoulder to the bedroom. Anastasia, you've got nerve. Thrown onto the soft king bed in his penthouse master suite, he pinned her wrists overhead, looming dominantly, lips curved in cool amusement. You sisters think you can play immortal jump and run? Think I'm dead? Feigning innocence outwardly while internally screaming, his punishing kiss invaded fiercely. She mumbled pain. This time, the obsessive alpha male showed no mercy, only pausing for breath when she neared suffocation. Panting, eyes pitch black, time you learn a real bull's stamina. So you realize how much I've indulged you before. No crying pain, I won't soften. Tears flowed genuinely now. Begging forgiveness earned only a short, mocking scoff. In dreams, she became a pancake, flipped endlessly, waking sore and nearly paralyzed. Whatever that possessive husband did, it was 3 p.m. He had left refreshed for work, the ultimate stamina machine. Checking phone with aching arms, messages from the rival's stolen videos captioned, "You deserve better. Christian doesn't deserve your love." Opening one upscale cafe, Christian gentlemanly clasping a necklace on a fiery red-lipped woman, intimate and tender. Heart-twisting, if his real girlfriend, perhaps a relative. But she was just a substitute with 5 million monthly allowance. Touching tender cheeks, spotting his note-cooked porridge. Stay home, don't wander. Defiant, she fled, after finishing the delicious porridge. 2 days later in Britain, Stella, more stunning, charismatic, picked her up, trailed by the photo's gentlemanly man. He smiled warmly. Anastasia? I'm Dominic DeSantis. Your sister mentions you often. Glances lingering. Boyfriend? Yes, he beamed. Stella glared playfully, relaxed in a way Anastasia had never seen with men. Helping luggage, his profile clicked the original helper from years ago. Whispering fate, huh? What other surprises? Stella grimaced, I'm pregnant. Massive surprise. Probing details confirmed Stella never forgot her white moonlight, Dominic. Even choosing Britain wasn't coincidence. Child from one reckless night, mirrors nearly mending. Yet Stella harbored grudges over his past, unexplained departure. Bystander Clear Anastasia knew Stella loved Dominic deeply. Bitter smile, you made a baby and still called me here? Muttering to teach Christian a lesson. He gripped her hand gently because I missed you. I need you now. Warmth spread. Onlookers awaited sisterly fallout over men, but they were lifelong dependents, family confidants. After parents' death, Stella became head shielding beatings, sneaking food, gifting cakes, even preparing first sanitary products. Mimicking mom congrats on growing up. Little one. Anastasia knew early Stella was her most important person. She scouted boys for flirtations, tutored for money to buy Stella luxuries, avenged wrongs. Their bond blood deep, no man could sever it. Gazing softly at Stella's abdomen, if keeping the baby, I'll help raise him. With a mom like you, he'll be happiest. Stella's eyes reddened, vulnerability rare. She was at peace. To Dominic and Kitchen, you're my sister's most special. Your leaving shattered her. I've never seen her cry so hard. Voice gentle yet sarcastic, that line. You've used on her many flings? Guilty, but he noted she definitely trashed his gifts, smashed, burned, scattered ashes like raising someone's remains. They shared stifled laughs over fed Stella. Doorbell rang. Dominic feigned realization, guest today. Uncomfortable? Anastasia rolled eyes, answered sweetly. Opening Christian grinning. It's me. World shattered quietly. He entered naturally, nodding uncle, perfect for dinner. Pupils quaked. Explanations clicked, shared surname, inherited traits. Surefield? Stella remained composed, peak player poise. Christian sat beside her, still standing. Chaos, eat while hot. Post-meal, he washed dishes. Leaning on doorframe, why sudden visit? Ignored. Stella snarked, busy engaging elsewhere. Paused, eyes downcast, no one around. Who would I engage? Clear Christian couldn't let Stella go, unwilling to force choice between him and Dominic. White moonlight's power immense. Stella unforgettable for Dominic. Christian harbored Stella. They rushed together. He, the substitute seeker, left pained. Anastasia, the substitute? Thriving, bright future. Dominic took Stella for checkup. Christian to tour. Chattering, don't sulk. Sister can't be wife but aunt. Family endures longer. Kid will resemble uncle-in-law, round to you. Temple rub, fake smile thanks. Unsettled accounts? Bold nothing between us. His uncle, hierarchy crushes. Veins popping, danger aura. She bolted, nearly colliding pedestrian. Christian pulled her close, be good, don't run. Heart racing, he held hand. Annoyed release. Tighter might get lost. Meaningful silence enraged her. Sudden eye curve, sparkling head pat. So fierce, all pretend before. Blush burning, she let him lead through Gothic architecture, historic streets, winds oxygen-depriving brain. Ancient cathedral loomed. Suspicious, why here? Doors opened. Ornate priest smiled invitingly. Christian commenter. But thumb rubbed finger nervously, throat rolling. Habit when anxious. Truth selling her for revenge? Silent, she turned to flee, threatened tell sister. Helpless laugh, where's your usual smarts? When will you realize the one I want to engage is you? The one I've always liked is you. Brain crash. Sister knew his feelings, helped pursue? No white moonlight, only you. Post-departure bar binges? For you. Goosebumps, temperature rising. Weekly, when did liking start? Thoughtful overhearing empty classroom rant. Shameless, hacking his computer for high scores, enjoying so long? Scalp exploding shame. Mouth covered, sprint away. Didn't enter cathedral, face lost. Priest's smile stiffened. Compensation needed. Unknown preparations inside enraged, topic shift. Stella's deal with Christian accidentally broke $1 million antique. Help pursue you, debt forgiven. Suspicious fox trick, no proof. Stella carefree goal achieved. You money, she person win-win. Uneven. Her biggest Waterloo embarrassing. Assured after confirming his intent. Unbelievable love from meme? Perverted. No other intersection. Stella knew but played coy. Chaotic dreams of grandmother urging marriage. Stella Dominic progressed rapidly, planning domestic wedding. Christian returned first, giving think time. Fun with Stella, stuffed on dog food. Back home, rival nearly alcohol poison post news, feigning deep affection. Learned brief romance with Stella, nearly true feelings. Used to jealousy ex regret post departure. Eternal fake deep, ex obsessed regretter. Red-eyed confrontation, Dominic taunted near bankruptcy. Gave up, targeted substitute. Video scene? Other woman, he doesn't love you. Cafe meet, stirring drama. Shadows fell, hand covered warmly, mint scent but chilling aura. Anti-good at sneaking shots, paparazzi wasted. Idle, manage crumbling company. Speechless, broken gaze. Viciously hugged Christian's waist, baby voice hubby. Even his substitute, I love you. Sister and I remarrying, never your turn. Rival departed soulless. Released, face averted. Low husky laugh seduced yet angry. Real aunt, video call now? Hand pressed, not ready family. Ring slipped on finger, perfect fit. Venue set, attend. Stunned, heartbeat racing, not agreed yet. Mood pleased, convince, willing? Suppressed smile, cough 3 sentences chance. Cold replies but thrilled flips. Tried drawing, he commented suggestions, sleepless joy. Stella birthday gift commission via photo. Accepted late, added contacts, occasional chats. Learned mom died young, empathetic. Dark painting lone wolf scorched hill. Copied overnight, flowers energetic wolf. 2 guardians, 1 translucent mom. Set hesitantly middle school cringy, but maybe what mom wanted. Sorry if overstep. Long silence, thought ignored. Thanks. Sell painting? Relief gift, save teenage dignity. Pre-college busy, rarer messages. University studies, jobs, Stella's pond, faded contact. Final university query during PPT. Puzzle complete, home studio explained. Fate early. Brows raised, smug marry or not. Pasted close, sweet smile, who's talented, handsome, mega-rich husband? Mine. Tomorrow, yes. Kept woman, skill, patron pleasing. Engagement day, old acquaintances. Forced smiles, heirs. Wine splashing woman. Glass in hand, beaming pheasant to phoenix possible? Nods wary of glass. Satisfied, vengeful pheasant pecks enemies fleeing. Midnight awakening, rigid sit-up, shoved bull beside. Christian half-nude, moonlight highlighting collarbone slash of marks. Ambiguous, decadent, tempting. Sleepy what? Serious cathedral contents? Wordless proposal setup, family, your painting gift. Relieved, no billions cash. Laughed angrily, humanity. Ignored but ring worth billions. Instant face cup kiss, love most. Not fooled. Eyes deep, no feelings truly? I think so. 3 years tender care, heart's flesh. How unmoved. Loved, hence fleeing engagement news. Aching heart video. Feigning indifference, stimulating with Stella Dominic. From view substitute, so brainwashed against loving. Hidden deep, even he unseen. Love control, talent, protection. Ultimately, self-love most, escape always. Gentle pure smile, right, love self first. Always like that you. But want more love, so give more first. Spoke while skillfully slipping strap dress. Shock this love? Overturn, hot palms waist teasing shivers. Ear whisper laugh, how not love? Moon hid clouds like lights off, veiling the night. In an extra scene from Christian's perspective, he often suspected his phone broken. Why no replies from blooming riches? Years ago, she warmly called him idle. Infatuated elsewhere? That phrase darkened his mood. Regretted advice, don't overinvolve online friends, scares them, no doxing. Now knew nothing of her, lost. Face stormy, leaving club, friends silent, kicked Roman column. Back school, secluded empty classroom, rare visitors. Today, girl there. Ignored, sat back. Lazy stretch, earth-shattering shameless rant for scores via his computer. Startled upright, noticed headphones, missed entry. Instant rise screened their photo countless views. Trembling phone university? Her screen lit quick reply. Staring lively back, involuntary lip curve, eyes starry bright. Blooming riches found you.